Welcome to MMA Daily Episode 6. He never said that. It was all bullshit. According to a report, Disney and ESPN plan on increasing the price of a UFC pay-per-view from their current price of $64.99 US dollars to $69.99 in 2021, starting with UFC 257, McGregor vs. Poirier. Additionally, the cost of subscribing to a year of ESPN Plus is set to rise from $49.99 to $59.99 in 2021. In the United States, fans must order the pay-per-view card through ESPN Plus, making it a necessity. Khamzat Chimaev withdrew from his planned fight with Leon Edwards due to complications stemming from his recent COVID-19 infection that he previously had. According to his manager, Ali Abdelaziz, Khamzat Chimaev went back to the gym, but his lungs did not recover 100%. He needs time for his lungs to recover. Leon Edwards took the opportunity to call out Jorge Masvidal via Twitter. Vicente Luque, Kevin Holland, and Neil Magny are all looking to slide into the main event against Edwards. No decision has been made yet, but rumors are Magny will be fighting Michael Chiesa on January 20th as the main event.
January 20th, Khamzat Chimaev, he's out. Leon Edwards, he still wants to fight. Will he still be headlining the fight on January 20th?
He won't. What we're doing is we're going to push that fight back. You know, there was a lot. I don't know why. I just saw that Ali came out today and said that he had COVID. I don't know why he wasn't telling people that, but for some reason he didn't want people to know that he had COVID. But the doctor told him when he went back to the gym, I guess he was having problems with his lungs, Khamzat was, so they told him to take some more time off and not start training till like, you know, early January. So we're going to push that fight back. And we are going to do Magny versus Chiesa.
Pumps up from the co-main event to the main event.
Yeah, both of those guys, you know, finally these guys get a headline spot and a big fight, and they both deserve it. And that should be a fun one stylistically.
UFC President Dana White named his top 3 fighters to watch for in 2021, pointing out Khamzat Chimaev, Kevin Holland, and Joaquin Buckley. Michael Bisping gives his honest reaction to Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, and he says that Jake Paul is playing games.
Jake Paul, we had a little fun with Jake Paul a couple of weeks ago. Seems like, he was calling me out and he made an offer to my management and things like that. And now we find out that he's fighting Ben Askren. Do you know what I think? Well, I'm hearing different sources. I'm hearing different things, pardon me, from multiple sources. Some are saying that he is, some are saying that he's not. Some are saying that Chael, who broke the story, is completely inaccurate. Love Chael, but that's just what I heard from another source. I'm hearing that Jake Paul has many, many different representatives, so it's hard to know what's correct. Here's how I feel, Lewis. I've just been used. I've been used, abused, chewed up, spat out. You know what I mean? They just used me to get some clout, Lewis. They said, I know, let's put an offer in with Bisping. You know he'll take it. And but they had no intention of taking it, you see, Lewis. They didn't want to fight me. They knew he'd get his ass kicked. So they picked a Ben Askren. That's what's going on here. God damn these people.
I have also heard mixed reports. So I read that he's fighting Ben Askren in March. But then Ben Askren puts out a video today. You might even pull up the video for a second. I think it's on his Twitter. And he was like, yeah, this guy's gone dark and he's not returning and it's a similar thing to you. They put in an offer to you, you accepted. You know what I'm saying? Connor wasn't accepting whatever it was. I guess Dylan Dennis, wasn't going to be ready at that time.
Hold on. I never accepted. I accepted for a certain number. They offered us one number. We rebutted with another number. They met us in the middle, and we have held firm at our number. And it's a big number. And if they come back and they give us that number, then it's a yes. But let's take a look at what Ben Askren has to say.
So let me give you a little recap of this situation. I'm retired, coaching wrestling, doing some podcasts, buying some Bitcoin, enjoying life.
Sounds like Bisping. I
don't really want to fight anybody. So in November, this jabroni, Jake Paul, calls me out, puts him a poster with my name. Haha. It's kind of funny. Whatever, right? No big deal. Well, then a couple weeks later, get a couple texts. Then a week after that, I get some calls. I get an offer. Okay, this guy really wants to fight. Am I opposed to making some easy money, beating up a YouTuber? Of course I'm not. right? So what do? Sure, Jacob, I'll fight you, no problem. I accept publicly on Twitter, nonetheless. Since then, Jacobs went silent. Jacob's kind of a coward. Sorry, guys. Don't think the fight's happening.
So this was from 23 hours ago. So and that's the horse's mouth. I believe that Ben Askren is telling the truth in that. Maybe, here's the thing. What I've noticed about Jake Paul, it's like he's talking this game, and then the guys who are willing to do it, then all of a sudden he goes silent. And like he released that video where he's sort of trashing all the people, and he included you, but yours was by far the shortest. He just did one little fucking one eye thing with an eye patch, and then he was sort of really going at everybody else. But I don't think that he ever really wanted to fight you.
Hold on 1 second. Kids, shut up! Fuck me, it sounds, you can't hear it. It sounds like they're going to come through the roof. There's dogs barking. Fuck me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get out the house. Get out the goddamn house. Jake Paul, you little fuck. No. Listen, so, all right. So Ben Askren says basically that they haven't responded to him accepting it, right? And I think Jake Paul he's playing games. I think he's playing games.
It's now official. Champ versus Champ Israel Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz is set for March 6th for the light heavyweight title per Dana White. How do you think this fight will play out? Please leave a comment. Coach John Kavanagh talks about McGregor versus Poirier 2 and if it should be for the title.
When you look at the lightweight division, well, we'll start with his fight with Dustin. It's the rematch. They fought at 145 way back when. When you look at Dustin Poirier's evolution as a fighter since that fight, it might be a weird way to put it, but do you think he's gotten better or just tougher? Because the fight since then, he's been in big wars and he's managed to stay in there, whereas Conor put him away pretty early in their fight. When you look at Poirier's evolution as a fighter, what do you make of it?
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely gotten better. There's a few more takedown attempts now in his fights. He has I hadn't seen it before. He has a good guillotine. We can see that. And then his volume and his conditioning is looking on point. And you can see in his fights he has an ability to take a lot of punishment and still come forward. You can pick any of his last few fights to see that quality. However, he's fighting a different animal than any of those guys. Somebody with true one-punch knockout power that he's already felt. And I think you could spend a lifetime going to sports psychologists and talking to this person and that person. That's not going to have been erased from his mind. He knows that he is facing somebody who can shut off his lights very, very rapidly. And now is a lot more powerful and a lot more experienced than he was even then. So it's a tough uphill battle for Dustin, but Dustin's a phenomenal fighter, great fighter, and I know they've got him and Conor certain agreements on charity things outside, which is great. I think that's what professional sport should be about anyway. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Do you think Conor's a world champion by the end of 2021?
Conor is a world champion. Do you mean is he going to be?
Is he going to win the UFC world title in the lightweight or welterweight even divisions by the end of this year?
If he so chooses, yes. I don't know what the exact plan is, but I don't really get why this one isn't for the title.
I was going to ask.
If I'm being 100% honest, maybe it's staying. This is a little carrot towards Khabib. Do you really want this guy there? I don't know. I know there's those type of games that go on. I don't involve myself in it, but this to me feels like it's for the belt. But I guess at the very least, the winner of this will be offered a title fight. But who would that be against? It's a bit of a strange scene where we have in front of us, which makes it interesting.
Dana White is still hoping he can book the rematch between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor. Dana White told Shout, which is a Buffalo football podcast, the following: "When I fly out there, Khabib is going to be there too. So I'm going to meet with Khabib while I'm there. In a perfect world, if Conor wins this fight, I would love to see the rematch between him and Khabib. It's the biggest fight that can be made, and it's the fight that makes sense."
You're a superstar!
In a recent interview, Khabib Nurmagomedov said he doesn't expect to be holding his UFC lightweight title for much longer. According to Khabib Nurmagomedov, he said the following: "My belt will be taken by the winner of Dustin and Conor." Ali Abdelaziz clears the air by tweeting the following: "Enough with the fake news. Khabib said the winner of this fight will fight for the title. He didn't say the winner will become champion."
Khabib Nurmagomedov a few days ago told Match TV that the winner of Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor should be crowned the lightweight champion. Do you share those same sentiments?
That's not what he said. What he really said was that was all bullshit. Whoever printed that, or whoever was the what's the word I'm looking for? The
Translator.
Thank you. Which is always an issue with guys, translators. We've had them in the UFC too. But what he said was they should be the number one contender.
Yes.
Is what he said. And obviously I'm going to meet with him with Khabib when I get into Abu Dhabi, and I go next week. And hopefully, if Conor wins the fight against Poirier, you do Conor versus Khabib again.